Hi, my name is Christina. I work for Lutron. I'm the Experience Center Manager in London, and today we're over here telling a story about light, of course. And actually the story that we're telling over here is actually how light goes beyond to what we see. It's actually something that we actually feel. What do we mean by that? Well, obviously if you think about the light of the sun outside, if you think about that midday sun, it's a light that is actually bright. It's really, really cool. It makes you energized, right? It gets you going, it gets you into this alert mode. And then in the evening, the light starts to go down. It goes very warm, it goes very cozy. It starts to relax you, it starts to be able to prepare you to go to bed, right? So when we think about light, we need to think about light in a holistic way. And that starts with the light of the sun. We need to be able to control that major source of light coming in from the outside, right? So that we are able to control the light in a holistic way, natural and artificial light together, right? Once we do that, then we start to paint this space with artificial light, right? So over here we have the downlights, we have the LED strip over here, we also have the pendant over here. So various sources of light that allows this space to look and feel absolutely beautiful. It alerts us, right? It gets us going. With Lutron, you have peace of mind that any design is actually, we're always going to be able to control it. DALI, tunable white, RGB, any source, we're going to be able to control it very, very seamlessly. Right? So very, very interesting what we have to be able to show over here. We transform a space to feel energized to a space that is now warm. It's a lot cozy, it's more relaxing, the blinds are starting to close, the blind over there in the window is starting to bring a bit of privacy, right? It's preparing this space to be able to make it feel a lot more relaxing, so that when our guests and family come over for an incredible party, we can shut the blinds, we can bring the music up, and then we can start to control the audio as well. We can do all of that very seamlessly with our LEAP protocol. Then at the end of the day, we kind of want to be able to sit down over here, watch that movie, right? Bring that cinematic scene into every room in the house in a very simple and intuitive way. It's very cozy, very relaxing, and when we're ready to be able to go to bed, we want to be able to press a button next to our bedside table and shut down our entire house if we wanted to. We control the lights, we control the security system, and we control the HVAC as well. And obviously light is just one part of it, but the other part is what we actually feel and see in the space. And obviously for our keypads over there, right? If you want to go and see the keypad, the experience and the value starts on the keypad on the wall. That beautiful finish that actually is coherent with the design of our space. A feeling that is going to be luxury, that is going to be beautiful, that is going to allow us to control the space in an intuitive and simple way. Thank you very much. As you can see, light, it actually goes beyond to what we see. It's actually something that we feel. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Daniel Sparrow with Lutron Lighting Controls. Welcome to ISE in Barcelona 2024. I wanted to show you a quick overview of some of the interesting updates we've had in our HomeWorks programming software. There's a lot of things in the software that have been developed really to help make the journey easier for our programmers. Now, most of you who've programmed HomeWorks QSX systems before will recognize this screen as being your primary programming screen. You've got your area tree sitting down the left-hand side with areas, and this would be where, opened up, you would populate your areas with lighting loads, with controls, with dimming devices. Well, we have a different view that's been brought in to help you work when you're working off of plans so that you don't have to duplicate effort. On the top menu, under the view side of things, we can swap over from the classic view into canvas view. Canvas view allows us to import drawings of your actual project into the Lutron Designer software. You can do this at very early initial stages, then create a fixture schedule, create a control schedule, and simply click and drop your fixtures and controls live onto the drawings. This helps get rid of any errors you might have when going ahead and specifying fixtures on the jobs and keeps things nice and clean. For those of you using radio frequency devices, again, we can put our hybrid repeater into the middle of the room, and this will generate a sphere of reception of where you can go ahead and select RF devices. So again, the questions of can we go ahead and fit RF devices in the space get taken care of very simply. Once all of these items have been dropped in, you can go ahead and assign programming, you can assign linking in these devices as well, all from this designer screen. You can then take copies of this, send it back to your lighting designer, send it to an electrical contractor, for them to be able to quote on installation or ensure you got things right with fixtures. If we then jump back in our view to classic view, if you've created everything in designer view, it will then automatically create your area trees. It will populate it with the devices you've gone ahead and put in. From this point in time, you can sit there and you can go ahead and add in engraving that you might want to do. You can go ahead and expand on names as well. This is Lutron's Canvas and Designer view sitting in our HomeWorks programming software. I want to show you some of the updates that we have in our HomeWorks systems, specifically Lutron Connect. Lutron Connect is a global cloud-connected basis to allow you to view all of your different Lutron projects inside a single interface in your programming application. What this will do is it will give you a list of every project that you have cloud-connected access to. If you're working for a company that has multiple employees, all of your employees get access to this as well. So it doesn't matter who your last programmer was working on a job, you can see it directly from here. With Connect, we can sit here and we can go ahead and remotely give access to a job. So we don't have to be physically on the job site, we don't have to be connected on. We can open software directly from here. But Connect also gives us access to previous versions. Because we are storing previous versions of the program in the cloud, we get things such as version history. So version history will allow us to sit there and look at previous versions of this project. Initially opening it up, it will give you details on what is the current version, what was the previous version, and dates they were transferred in. It will then sit there, and as you scroll down through the devices, it will show you all of the various updates that have been made to your system. This is a delightful get-out-of-jail-free card. If you've made some changes to a project, uploaded them, and it's not gone the way you've hoped, it's almost like an Etch-a-Sketch mode. This gives you the ability to go back to a previous version, open the previous version, and upload that back into the database, reverting it to how it was before. Version history will also tell you who uploaded the project last. So if you have a client complaining that after a year, all of a sudden their projects start working, you can dial into this and make sure that it was your engineers who were there last and not some random person who turned in, got access to the job and went from there. So version history, it's a fantastic little tool we have sitting in here. Again, it gives you full capability to access jobs remotely, to program jobs remotely, and to upload remotely as well without needing to be on a VPN or physically connected into the software itself. One of the benefits of the way that we do our uploads is if you are uploading a project remotely, you will upload your file into the cloud and it will then cloud transfer down to the processor. All the while this file is transferring, the processor will continue to run on its original version. Once it has got the completed downloaded file, the processor will check your new file for integrity, and once it's satisfied it's a fully secure file, then it will go ahead and carry out the upgrade. So should you lose connection to the job or your Wi-Fi when you're uploading in the first place, you're not going to find yourself in trouble with a system you can't access to. Lutron Connect is available now live in our HomeWorks QSX designer software. And what I want to show you today is Lutron Connect Places. This is an extension of the My Lutron and Lutron Connect software suite, which gives you a much greater degree of diagnostic tools to allow you to remotely look into jobs, figure out their status, and if needs be, make any repairs. As you'll have seen with Lutron Places, you get a list of all the various jobs that you have access to. If we go ahead and select one of our jobs, it will give us a live update of the device, MAC addresses, serial numbers, firmware reservations, and if the project is online or not. Clicking through further into this project, we have the availability to go and monitor and manage this job. It will tell us whereabouts in the world the job is. It gives, as I said, MAC addresses, IP addresses, and then it gives us a number of remote commands we can do. So remotely, we have the ability to go ahead and reboot the processor. If you think the age-old IT trick of turning it off and turning it back on again is going to work, we facilitate that simply. What we also do is we allow you to go ahead and generate support files, bugging logs, activity logs, all these things remotely. So if you find that something peculiar is happening, you need further Lutron assistance, and we ask you to send a support file, you don't need to travel out to the job site to go ahead and achieve that. All of this can be carried out remotely. For smaller dealers, this gives you a wonderful opportunity to put service contracts in with your customers. You can tell them if they have a problem, any time of day, you can have an engineer logged into their system within 6 hours, looking at things and resolving their problems. It's a wonderful peace of mind. It's available for all Lutron QSX processors. Thank you for your time.